My name is Lindsay Miller. I'm 30 years old, and I'm from Sherwood, Arkansas.
At what age did you first hear the word adoption?
I'm going to say when I was 2. I remember them telling me that that's when they told me. But we talked about it often.
Who told you?
Jenny, my mom. I remember that she told me that there was a girl named Kristina who had a baby, and she wanted a better life for me, so she gave me up for adoption, and she was a friend of my Aunt Debbie's, and so it was more of a personal adoption. That's pretty much it.
What's your name?
My name is Sue Clemens, and I'm your mother by adoption.
Where do you live?
I live in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
So how long have you known me?
I've known you since I was 18 and you were 8 or 9. When you came into my life, you didn't have a mother, and you were being raised by somebody who wasn't capable of raising you.
When did you adopt me?
I adopted you when you were 21. It was November 1983.
Why did you feel it necessary to adopt me when I was 22 and pregnant?
Well, when you got pregnant, it was because you really loved the father, and I think you thought that you were going to make a life with him, and you always wanted a baby, so you would have somebody to love you that you would love. I was afraid when the father wasn't interested in raising that baby with you. I was afraid that you were being too romantic about what it would be like. So I wanted to adopt you in case you couldn't raise her, and I wanted to have a legal right to help you. Well, you were doing a lot of drugs. I don't even know some of the drugs you were doing. You were lost. You were a lost soul. And I think that was one of the reasons why you were searching, why you got pregnant. I think you were searching for a way out.
I do remember maybe she said that you had a drug problem.
And when you got pregnant, you seemed to clean up real well.
So, were you worried that I had decided to keep the baby?
I was kind of excited for us as a family. And that's another reason to make it the adoption official, so I could have those legal rights as a family member. And the way you were talking about it, I was worried you didn't have a job, you didn't have any way to support the child, you didn't even have a home.
How did you feel in the 8th month when I decided to give the baby up for adoption?
I was pretty heartsick. I really liked your friend Debbie, and I thought that she was so cool that the whole rest of her family would probably be like her, and that might be a good thing. We were in the hospital together, and we got to spend a couple of days with Lindsay. And then you had to hand her over before you and Lindsay were discharged. And the nurses kept coming in telling you to stop holding that baby so tight and stop swaddling it so tight. And you seemed to do okay up until you had to hand her over. And then we took you home. You stayed with us. You continued to stay with us for a while, and you cried for days. I don't know how many days, but you just cried.
recall at what age it really sunk in that Jenny wasn't your biological mother?
I would say probably the really rough years, like 10 through 13. When you finally start realizing what adoption is, and you know how you're different from your family. And I never feel like I was ever angry about it. I was okay with the fact that I was adopted. It wasn't really the whole adoption thing. It was just the fact of not looking like anyone and not being really the blood of anyone. So I didn't maybe trust them as much as I would have. If anything, after I met you, I was sad, because in the back of my head there was always, what if she would have kept me and we would have been okay? So I went on the computer to the Yellow Pages and I looked up your name, and there were 5 listings, and the first one was you. Because I called and the answering machine picked up, and as soon as I heard your voice on the answering machine, I knew it was you. I don't know how I knew it, and I freaked out. I don't really know what emotion it was. It was a lot of them. And so you answered the phone and I hung up. Yeah. But it was what I had been looking for the whole time. You know, like I said, the unfamiliar family, you know, and then all of a sudden I hear just 2 words, and I knew it was you. I don't really know if I would have come out of all that stuff if I hadn't have met you.
The drug addiction?
Yes. Drug addiction, depression, and I don't think it was all caused from the adoption. It was caused from that not knowing where I came from. But I think that you're kind of just like my little shining star, you know, and I don't know, you know, you're like the little angel mama.
I felt really happy for you and Lindsay, and excited. And I was really excited when you invited me to go with you on the first meeting. And that was really fun to watch, you all looking at each other and seeing yourselves in each other. That was a real special moment.
So we're a success story.
We are a success story for sure.
High five, little girl.
Yes.
Thank you, Lindsay.
You're
Michelle
welcome.
Miller.
Thank you.